The Angels have something going with 2 on and 1 down. Hoyles out to have a word with Fernando.
Well, he had trouble getting the screwball over right now. There's Dick Bosman coming next to manager Oates, and John giving a few signs to Chris Hoyles.
Chili Davis steps in.
And really what that sign was right there was the fact that they have a double steal, then you either have 2 choices. You can throw to third to get Curtis, or you can throw to second to get Salmon. And my idea, or what my thinking is, they'll probably throw through to second base to get Salmon, because he's not the good base stealer like Chad Curtis there. So that's the sign that Hoyles got from Oates, and Hoyles delivered it on to shortstop second baseman combination.
Now a convention here. Hoyles out to talk to Fernando, and as he does that, Reynolds runs over to Cal Ripken to get the signal straight over there.
So if you got a double steal, you'll see the catcher probably throwing to second base to try to get Salmon. And now you
makes sense, right, Brooks? That's your second out, and so what if Curtis is on third?
Yeah, you got a better chance getting Salmon than you would Curtis. That's the way I look at it, even throwing to third. But now Chili Davis, the guy who they really got to help this ball club, being a veteran sandwiched in between a lot of younger guys.
And he is the only guy in this Angels lineup that has faced Fernando.
And he's been struggling most of the year.
There's the manager, Buck Rogers.
Well, this is a good team for Buck Rogers to manage. I think he does a quality job with young players, and got a lot of patience. He's a manager that likes to hit and run, likes to steal. So this is a good club for him.
Pop up back out of play over on the right side. Chili Davis hitting .225 on the year as a right-hand hitter. He is 8 for 24. 2 homers and 12 runs driven in. Just 24 at-bats. So Fernando, after the back-to-back walks, jumps out in front of Davis. 2 strikes. Curtis at second, Salmon at first, 1 out. Here go the runners. Or the runner, Curtis, into third with a stolen base. Salmon held on.
Well, that's a little unusual right there, but Salmon either missed the sign or didn't get the good jump, and he stays put at first base. So now you still have the double play opportunity set up with Chili Davis hitting, but Chad Curtis stole that base very easily. I mean, they didn't even take a look at it. You see Hoyles, he was not even looking at Chad Curtis. He was hoping Salmon would be on his way, but Salmon held up.
That's inside.
Well, I tell you, when Chili Davis came over here, I really, with Salmon around all these young players, I thought the cry would be, don't let Chili Davis beat you. Pitch around him, go for the young guys, but that hasn't been the case because the young guys have produced, and Chili hasn't produced so far this year.
Veteran, spent time with the Giants, the Angels, the Twins, and now back here in California. And he couldn't check the swing at strike 3.
Well, I'll tell you, if they're going to swing at that pitch, they're not going to be able to hit it. That's a screwball a little out of the strike zone, but it's good enough to get Chili Davis. And that's what Fernando wants him to do. Swing at that pitch down there.
That's the pitch that Curtis laid off of. Chili couldn't help himself. So Fernando with a good strikeout there to get that second out. Now to take a base hit to bring the run home, and former Oriole Rene Gonzalez at 246, a homer and 13 driven in. Might be the first game in Major League history the 2 number 88s opposed each other. Paul Carey wearing the same number for the Orioles.
Gonzalez, outstanding defensive player, not only shortstop, second, third base. Right now he's the third baseman for the Angels, but Kelly Gruber is out on rehab. I don't know when he'll be back. But what they're trying to tell Gonzalez, hey, you got to be a little more offensive minded. Got to hit the ball a little further.
High hopper over Leo into left field. Curtis scores. And the Angels have a 1-0 lead as Gonzo drives one in.
Well, I would think that Chad Curtis made this happen, stealing second, stealing third. Now he comes home on the big bounding ball right over Gomez's head at third base into left field.
So Gonzo drives in his 14th run of the year. Here's Chad Curtis, who stole 2 bases to help set up the run, and here's J.T. Snow. Snow got off to the red-hot start, but he has struggled. He's only hitting .228 now, 10 homers, 27 driven in. Two down, 1 ball, no strikes. There's a strike.
He came over in a very controversial trade. Jim Abbott, the most inspirational player on this California team, got traded to the New York Yankees. Whitey Herzog, the cowboy himself. Gene Autry on the left. Whitey Herzog went looking and came up with 3 outstanding young prospects, J.T. Snow being one of them.
The fist right back to Fernando, to Segui, and the Angels are retired. But they do get a run on Gonzo's RBI base hit. We played 1. It's the Angels 1 and the Orioles nothing.
We take pride in a well-stocked pharmacy that has all of the medications that are available. I can't tell you how many times someone's come to me and said, do you have such and such drug? It's brand new. It just came out. I'll check on this for you. And I walk back on the shelf, and it's there. And it's our system that is just the way Giant does it. And it's a good benefit to both the doctor and the patient. It's something to take pride in.
I tell you, I go to Roy's, I feel young again. What, they got the soda fountain of youth? Oh.
Now at Roy's, get a 32-ounce drink, large fries, or strawberry shortcake, just 99 cents each.
For these old-fashioned prices, makes me feel like a young buck.
Hi, handsome. Remember what you promised?
Roy's 99-cent value lineup.
Thanks, Grandpa.
We saw that we could move the windshield forward on a sedan and reduce wind noise while increasing visibility. We saw that moving the wheels toward the corners would result in greater stability and more passenger room. We saw that this cab forward design is not only more aerodynamic, it looks like nothing else on the road. And now that we've seen what's possible on a 4-door sedan, we can't see building one any other way. Intrepid. This changes everything.
Tonight's telecast is presented by authority of the Baltimore Orioles and may not be rebroadcast in any form without the express written consent of the Baltimore Orioles. Head to the 2nd inning. Orioles and the Angels, with the Angels up 1-0. As Chad Curtis helped them manufacture a run. Fernando walked 2. Curtis stole 2 bases. And then Rene Gonzalez drove in the run on a little tapper into left field. Gomez, Hoyles, and Segui here in the Orioles 2nd against Villara. Leo hitting .261, 8 homers and 19 driven in.
California Angel defensively are not a bad ball club. Listen, Rene Gonzalez can play with anyone at third base. D. Sarcina, good shortstop, easily good second baseman. They say that J.T. Snow might be the best fielding first baseman in the league right now.
He can pick it. And there's a shot left field. Polonia coming hard. Can't cut it off. It's off the wall. Leo into second, and he'll stop there with a double.
Now that's a good piece of hitting right there by Leo Gomez, and that's one of the things the Orioles have not been doing. When you get 2-0, 3-1, the hitters count. You got to get the head of the bat out. You got to make contact. A hitter, you'll see Leo, he is looking for that pitch. He drives it left center field. Polonio can't keep up with it. You know, you can look back to the first inning, 3-1. Devereaux had a 3-1 count on him with someone on and popped it right up. Didn't have a good swing at it. That is the time that you've got to hit.
Turn on it.
You
right?
better believe it. You either don't, you know, and Devereaux swung the ball a little up in the strike zone, I think, or a little out of the strike zone. But that's one of the times that the Orioles, they have not been taking advantage of it being ahead in the count.
Now Chris Hoyles takes a strike. Chris has that average up, very respectable 270. 7 homers.
When he's hitting well, it's left center, right center. We saw that last night.
That pitch misses outside, 1-1. The Angels, by virtue of the White Sox loss, start tonight's game with a half-game lead, as it's all bunched up in the American League West. You said the Tigers and Angels would have the lead Labor Day weekend. I don't know if too many people would have bought that line of thinking. 2-1. In for the sign from John Orton. Now he's ready. 2-1. Foul back. There's Mike Ferraro. Ferraro, the third base coach, and Davey Lopes over at first for the Orioles. Hoyles steps out. Here comes the 2-2. Inside, and now he's gone full. Chris with 12 hits in his last 27 at-bats. 5 doubles, 3 homers, and 7 RBIs in that period. 3 homers in his last 6 games and 4 in his last 10, so he's on a pretty good run. Full count pitch. Little roller. Gomez moves up on the play. Gonzalez over to first. Hoyles retired. 1 down.
They went inside and Hoyles got jammed, dribbled it down to Gonzalez, who fired to first base. Now you got the tying run. Third base. 1 away. Shortstop, second baseman playing back. Gonzalez, J.T. Snow, they're up. Either go home.
And a guy who's swinging a pretty good bat in David Segui at the plate. In 409 over his last 8 games. Little looper, short left field. DiSarcina makes the grab. Had a long way to go, but he got there. A broken back. Looper, and Segui throws the helmet in disgust.
Well, he has a right to be mad. Boy, that's almost a gimme, and he's a little upset at that. You see DiSarcina over to make the play as the ball comes back a little, and nowhere for Gomez to go at third base. But anytime you get that runner at third base and don't get him in, I tell you, nothing frustrates a hitter worse than that. I think I might have thrown my helmet a few times too.
That brim got broken off.
Yeah.
So now Harold Reynolds may need a base hit to get him in here.
That's what we talk about, a sinking fastball. That was the last pitch to Harold Reynolds there. Valero tries to throw down all the time. Keep it down in the strike zone.
Harold has watched his average dip from 260 down to 232 over the last games. He's been in a 3 for 27 slump. Orioles beat Julio Valera twice last year. He was 0-2 against the Orioles. Reynolds fouls it back against the screen.
Now, the weak link in this pitching staff has been the bullpen, Scott. They really have no one in that bullpen who can come out and give them a credible job. So if the Orioles can get into the bullpen early in this ball game, then they've got a chance to really put some runs on the board because they don't have a stopper in that bullpen.
Checks the swing and appeal down to the third base umpire, Greg Paz. So 3 balls, 1 strike. Gomez down at third, 2 down. Here's another look, Brooks.
You be the judge. I'm never right about these things anyway. Looks like he got out front. If he hit it, might have been a double.
3-1 up high for ball 4. So the Orioles, who left 2 on in the first, have 2 on, and they go back to the top of the order. Rogers pacing in the Angel dugout. Keep putting them on. Eventually, they're going to come around and score. Talked about the Angels getting good pitching from their starters. Scott Sanderson, reborn. He's 7-2 through a shutout last night. And nobody has more victories in the major leagues than Scott Sanderson. So what a great find that was.
7 wins, right?
Yeah, 7-2 through a complete game shutout last night. Brady takes a strike. First time up with a fly ball to right field.
I don't think he has a big contract, but he's got a lot of incentives, so he's working on those.
At third, he got it started with a leadoff double in the inning. Reynolds at first with a 2-out walk. Way outside, and Orton has to leap out there to grab that one. Orioles with 3 hits and a walk here in the first inning and 2/3, but been able to score. Ready right to J.T. Snow, sure glove, and taps the bag. And the Orioles strand 2 more here in the second. Angels coming to bat, bottom half the second. They're on top, 1-0.
Come on, let's get a cold one. Our total attendance for today's game.
Would you look at this beer line? I'm gonna go back.
What? Foul ball? No, I'm not.
If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down,
make it 2 Bud Lights, please.
Make it a Bud Light.
Hey, you got another ball?
On Renegade.
You have an evil twin somewhere, sir.
A police plot puts Reno in double jeopardy.
Renegade, Saturday at 9 on Paramount 20.
Not long ago, Track Auto put together a new team to take on the competition. They started with lower prices. Then they added more of the top names in performance and moved forward. They strengthened their warranties and surged ahead. And now Track has stunned the competition by introducing Track's best price every day. They started with lower prices and they finish with even lower prices. Our best price every day, only at Track Auto.
Hi, I'm Gardner Britt, and today I'm going to demonstrate the difference between a Ted Britt Ford and an ordinary Ford. The Ted Britt Ford is really 2 Fords because you get a free service loaner for life. It's a cleaner Ford because of our free drive-through car wash. And with the area's top-rated Ford service, a Ted Britt Ford runs better. And with the guaranteed lowest advertised Ford prices, it costs less. As you can clearly see, a Ted Britt Ford is a better Ford. Ted Britt Ford, Route 50, Fairfax.
Maryland National Bank will bring you all the up-the-minute scores and the happenings from around the league all season long, and only on the WMAR Orioles Network. Maryland National Bank, put the biggest bank to work for you.
All right, Fernando, bottom half the second, facing Damian Easley, who takes a strike. Easley in .314, 2 homers and 13 driven in.
Well, that's the big question mark, and this young guy hit major league pitching. He's an infielder. He plays second, short, third. Now he's at second base, basically because they don't have a second baseman. So
he looks like a little leaguer, doesn't he, Brooks?
Sure does.
He's about 12 years old.
But he's having a good year right now. Had some problems with shin splints, kept him out of the lineup a little.
Now we'll have to gun it over there. He does, and just gets easily. You can get down the line. 1 down. Fernando struggled with the control a little in the first inning. Look at Cal. Now the shortstop for the Angels, Gary DiSarcina. 222, 2 homers, and 16 driven in. Fouls it back for a strike.
Last year, DiSarcina's first full year in the big leagues, he played 157 games. He hit .247. Went to bat over 500 times.
Fastball misses. The thing about DiSarcina this year, he's had 144 at bats, only 5 walks. He is a free swinger. That's an area I think they'd like to see him improve on.
The other plus for this ball club was the fact that a lot of these young guys got a taste of it last year. Like Salmon, who didn't do very well when he came up. He hurt his wrist, but he was here for a short time. Still has his rookie status. Easily played some last year. DiSarcina the whole season.
Looper into center field, and Devereaux can't get there. DiSarcina with a base hit. The number 9 hitter, Angels catcher John Orton. This is a guy they expect more of, Brooks. He's never quite fulfilled the promise. 203, 1 homer, and 4 driven in.
Yeah, he's been up and down a few times. Has not played in the major leagues that long, but they got rid of Parrish, for instance, and some of their older catchers, and decided that Orton might be the man for the job. So he's been doing a lot of catching.
DiSarcina takes his lead off first. That's inside. With a long look down at Ken Mancha, the third base coach. There's a strike.
Angels, Macha, giving the signs. They have new uniform, new hat, new logo.
You like them?
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I guess.
A little more traditional look, right? I didn't like those red shoes they used to wear. Looked like clowns. DiSarcina, he wears number 33. He switched just a day after Larry Bird announced his retirement last year. Prior to that, he wore number 11. Grew up in Massachusetts, a big Larry Bird fan. He's wearing the number of his idol. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Orton. Here you see the 33. over to first. DiSarcina, not a big threat to run there, but all the Angels capable of taking off. DiSarcina with 2 stolen bases this year, but he's been caught stealing 5 times. Angels came in with 55 stolen bases. They've added a couple already in this game, and they've been caught stealing 38 times. Caught stealing more than most teams have stolen bases. Oh, chased one outside. He turned it over. So Orton, the second out, the second strikeout for Fernando. Back to the top of the order, and Luis Polonia.
This is a screwball that's up, a little out of the strike zone. You'll see Orton just never going to hit it that way. He's already spent. If that ball was on the inside corner, he might hit it, but it was maybe 4 or 5 inches outside. No chance.
So here's Polonia, who jumped on the first pitch his first time up and bounced out to Cal Ripken.
This gives the Orioles a lot of trouble. I saw him on the field today. I said, boy, you must be glad we're in town. You know, he just smiled like that. But he was a player of the year last year for these Angels. Good leadoff. I'll tell you, you get Polonia and Curtis up in the front of that lineup, you got a lot of speed.
Luis Polonia is a .299 career hitter, so that tells you something about him. And then he's got that excellent speed. Drive you crazy on the base paths. If he can keep it alive, we'll get to Chad Curtis next. Last year was the lowest average of Polonia's professional career. And most guys would take a .286, but for him, that was not a good year. He's at .272 right now.
Hits the ball to left field a lot.
And that's what he did right there, but popped it up, and Brady drifting under it, makes the grab, and Fernando sets him down in the second. So a hit from DiSarcina, but that's all. Angels retired in the second. They still lead 1-0.
Street Justice, will Boudreau put duty before friendship?
Street Justice, Saturday at 10 on Paramount 20.
Right now, Chase is sending millions of hard-working Americans a little reward. The opportunity to get a Chase Manhattan credit card with a low variable rate and the chance to consolidate your high-interest balances onto one low-rate card. Ours. So send in your pre-approved application. It'll be the easiest thing you've done all day. Chase Manhattan. Profit from the experience.
When it comes to buying a home, everybody's an expert.
If you want my opinion,
It's a great time to buy a house.
Terrible time to buy a house.
house will tie you down. But a house will give you security, too.
And you got to have good credit.
Can you afford the payments?
Well, a house is a big commitment.
Your father knows what he's talking about.
Trust me on this.
To get the facts, call Fannie Mae. We don't lend money directly to home buyers. Instead, we make sure mortgage lenders have money to lend for homes. Our free guide will help you decide if you're ready to buy a home.
Glad to be of help.
Fannie Mae, showing America a new way home.
I tell you, I go to Roy's, I feel young again. What, they got the soda fountain of youth? Oh.
Now at Roy's, get a 32-ounce drink, large fries, or strawberry shortcake, just 99 cents each.
For these old-fashioned prices, make me feel like a young buck.
Hi, handsome. Remember what you promised?
Roy's 99-cent value lineup.
Thanks, Grandpa.
Again, this season, in every televised Oriole game, we're going to have a Ronald McDonald House inning for every run scored by the O's. In that Ronald McDonald inning, a donation of $100 per run will be made to the Baltimore Ronald McDonald House. Courtesy of the Greater Baltimore McDonald Restaurants and WMAR-TV. Tonight's inning, let's hope they get a dozen in the sixth.
They'll take it. Mark McLemore to lead off the Oriole third. Up the middle again, but DiSarcina has this one down. That's going to bring up Cal Ripken. Cal reached on a fielder's choice in the first inning. Cal came into the game 4 for 10 lifetime against Valera. Curtis doing a little maintenance work out there in center field. There's a strike. Milwaukee beat Kansas City 5-1 on our Maryland National Bank scoreboard. Twins over Cleveland 7-6. Look out, comes inside for a ball. That's a foul ball. The Orioles come in after winning 3 of 4 in New York, and I think they'd be thrilled if they could get 2 out of 3 and get out of town here, because after tonight they face those 2 tough left-handers, Brooks Langston tomorrow, and then we'll be on the air Sunday afternoon with Chuck Finley on the mound. Another tapper to short. DeSarcina, 2 down.
And these California Angels can run a couple of quality pitchers out there in Langston and Finley. They can get people out.
Here's Jimmy Reese. Brooks, how old is he now? 91?
Well, I don't know.
Still coaching?
You bet.
What a guy.
Teammate with Babe Ruth. Is that right? Goes back a long time. Well, the Angels got a new little pavilion out there, don't they? The bullpen, so they can see the game. There they are. Give me a hot dog.
Yeah, look like a picnic out there.
It is. They're having a picnic out there.
It's that time of year. Memorial Day weekend. You're having yours, and the Angels bullpen having theirs. Probably take the top down on sunny days. 1 ball, no strikes to Harold Baines. And I don't think he liked that call, but it was a strike. Baines with a base hit, his first time up. Sharp single into center field. That misses. Harold with the average now up to 348. Well, he had started to get hot, Brooks, right before he got injured. Had the slow start, and he's a traditional slow starter, but looked like he had found his stroke just about the time he hurt that rib cage. And another bouncing ball. Easily, he's got time. And the Orioles go quietly on 3 infield ground balls in the 3rd. Angels coming up on top, 1-0.
The members of the 1-to-1 Club are here to offer support.
You're not a cow. You're a wuss.
To build friendships.
First, I'm going to make him walk funny. Where are the scissors?
And to lift spirits.
Maybe you found a babe with bigger...
All in a relaxed atmosphere of honesty and trust.
I cheated.
I told you they weren't real.
Share the feeling 5 times a week on Dear John.
Premieres June 7th at 11 on Paramount 20.
Toro Recycler lawnmowers have a patented cutting system with extra cutting power designed to give you a clean lawn even in tall grass. So unlike most mulching mowers, Toro Recycler lawnmowers can cut even grass this high without leaving behind messy clumps of grass clippings, which means the only thing a Toro Recycler does leave behind is most mulching mowers. Recycler lawnmowers, only from Toro. See the full line of Toro Recycler lawnmowers at these Toro dealers.
What could 4 minutes cost if your 800 service goes down? If you're big in the travel business, $240,000. But with us, nobody misses the boat. Introducing the AT&T 800 service Never Miss a Call Guarantee. Now if there's a problem, we can reroute your calls in less than a second. Sign up for the Never Miss a Call Guarantee. It's the #1 reason with AT&T 800 service, it's always smooth sailing. AT&T, the best in the business, guaranteed.
10-year-old George Burdinsky Jr. has been missing since Monday, May 24th from his Brentwood, Maryland home. If you have information, call 1-800-CRIME-93.
Tonight, Coca-Cola will donate $100 to the Children's Cancer Foundation the favorite charity of the Coca-Cola Classic Player of the Game. The Orioles player will be selected at the end of the game. Stay right here and choose along with us as we select that Coca-Cola Classic Player of the Game.
All right, taking in the game with her best friend. There's a shot deep left field. Brady running out of room, and it is gone. Chad Curtis, number 2.
Well, right now, he is doing it all. Chad Curtis. Walked, stole second, stole third. Now he hits a home run. Hitting over .330 for the year.
First pitch, he didn't waste any time. And now Salmon takes a strike. Here it is, Brooks.
Looks like a breaking ball. Ends up right in the middle of the plate. You'll see right there, right in the wheelhouse. He gets it right on the screws, and he drills it. Left field, Brady runs out of room. You know, this franchise has been here since, what, 61, Scott, and they have never been to a World Series. Cowboys very anxious down there. Gene Autry, he wants a World Championship here.
There you see some of the division crowns. 79 Western Division champs. 82 they won the West. 86 they won the West, but haven't been to the big show.
Actually, they've been one pitch away. Do you remember? From the World Series. That was back in '82, and didn't happen. But the Cowboy, Gene Autry's here tonight, and talking to Whitey Herzog a year or so ago before he came over here. He said, Gene called him, and he said, hey, this is the Cowboy. I hear he's talking to Whitey. He says, I hear you're the only one that can give me a World Championship. So Whitey said, I'll see.
So get on your horse and get out here, right? Well, Fernando now getting himself into some trouble. He walks Salmon after giving up the homer. Boyle's out. That's the third walk for Fernando, and that's not a good sign. There's Bosman, Dick Bosman, Oriole pitching coach, and John Oates. And Salmon down at first, and Chili Davis steps in. Davis struck out his only at bat in the first inning. And a strike.
Davis had been to Minnesota the last 2 years. In '91, he had 29 home runs. Last year, dropped down to 12. And he spent 3 years in California before going to Minnesota, and then with San Francisco. Frank Robinson really turned this young player's career around when he was over in San Francisco. Chili Davis.
Yeah, he came up. He was an all-league catcher at Dorsey High here in the Los Angeles area. But he's making his living with the bat these days. That misses.
Fernando's control has really not been good tonight. I mean, he's got a couple of strikeouts. Well, let's see. He struck Chili Davis out on the ball, was out of the strike zone. Also Arton. So, I mean, you know, if you lay off those pitches, then it's a different story. They helped us out, but he is struggling with the screwball on anything on the outside part of the plate.
We have seen Fernando with real good control, just about being able to place the ball wherever he's wanted it. Several of his outings, but hasn't had nearly that kind of control here tonight. And you can see he's laboring. Now time called. Angels on top 2-0. They got a run in the first inning. Curtis just about manufactured that one himself. He walked, stole second, stole third, and then scored on a Gonzalez hit, and then Curtis scored the second run with a leadoff home run here in the third. 1-1 to Chile. Left field and deep. Brady back in the corner. Gone. Fair ball. A 2-run shot, 4-0.
Well, we had to wait a while because it did not look like he was going to make it. But he got enough of it right down that line. Brady does a great job of trying to bring that ball back in the ballpark. It just missed the glove. A high, tiring drive down the left field line by Chili Davis. And here you see Chili. Good swing.
You can't appreciate those kind until they land, right, Brooks? Because you're kind of holding your breath.
You're absolutely right. Here's Brady. I didn't think the ball had a chance to get out of here, but
what an effort.
What an effort is right. He just misses that ball.
Fan actually gave him a hand there to keep him up. They kind of hug one another. And there goes a beer. Brady without the baseball. So Dick Bosman out. He's had his chat with Fernando, and there's action in the Oriole bullpen. The Angels on top now 4-0. 2 homers here in the 3rd inning. John Oates doesn't like the looks of things. That was home run number 4 on the year for Chili Davis. RBIs 28 and 29. And Rene Gonzalez takes a strike. Gonzo had the game's first RBI with a chopper over the head of Leo Gomez into left field. There's a strike.
And that's the first time we've seen that tonight. That's the overhand slow curve that he uses. Mark Williamson now warming up in the Oriole bullpen. 4-zip. California on top.
And a little flare that's going to fall into right. So Gonzo with a second hit. And still nobody down here in the 3rd.
Well, Fernando makes a good pitch here. This is just where he wanted it. Got on the fist and cannot do much about that. It's way inside on Rene, and he just fights it off. Right off the handle, over Reynolds' head. Base hit.
There's Chili. His 2-run shot makes it 4-0, and now J.T. Snow. Bounce to Cal. The second, they get 1, and that's all. Wasn't hit hard enough as Snow gets down the line. So he reaches on a fielder's choice. 1 down. Damon Easley taking a long look down at Ken Macha, his 3rd base coach. Easley started last year as a shortstop at Edmonton, and the Angels said, hey, move him over to 3rd. We may need him there. And now he's playing 2nd, so he's had a taste of everything around the infield.
Jack Thomas, or James Thomas Snow. And his dad is a former great football player. And that's a base hit also for Damon Easley.
Snow will hold up at 2nd.
You got to think that's it.
Yeah, it's not going well for Fernando. He had had 4 good starts, got hit pretty hard his last time out in a loss to the Brewers, and he just doesn't have it here tonight as he returns to Southern California. Angels with 2 homers and 2 singles in this inning, plus a walk. Still only 1 down. It looks like they may give him another batter. Still only 1 down. Snow at 2nd, Easley at 1st. Angels have scored 3 in the inning and have a 4-0 lead. DeSarcina's 1 for 1. Runners going. Hit and run, and it's foul. This team will keep you on your toes, Brooks.
Well, you know what? It was even me sitting up here. I really should have known something was on then, because DeSarcina stepped in, and all of a sudden he stepped out and took another look down there. And when you see that a lot of times, you got to say to yourself, well, you know, something's up. Yeah. And but that time it was a hit and run, and you had both runners moving, and that's not untypical the way Bob Rogers plays the game of baseball.
Fernando spins around to take a look at second base, where Snow gets back. In the dirt, Hoyles does a good job to keep it in front of him.
If you're on a team, we'll take a look at this last pitch. In the dirt, you'll see Hoyles. All you have to do is just think about keeping it in front of you, which he does a good job. What I was going to say, if you're on a team and you don't have good speed and you lose, well, boy, you're going to be in a slump. But when you have good speed on your team, I mean, even though you're in a slump, you might win ball games. Speed can be a big difference.
And a strike. 1-2. Well, Fernando throwing to stay in this game now, because if DeSarcina reaches, you got to think that John Oates is out there with the hook. One and two. And the count evens at 2-2. You'd expect 2-2 here. Fernando needs an out. You'd expect the screwball, I guess.
Well, it looks like that's what he's flashing signs back there. We saw him wiggle those fingers. That usually means a changeup. A screwball. That's.
Leo steps on the bag for one across, and they get the double play. So Fernando out of the inning, but the Angels do plenty of damage with home runs coming from Curtis and Davis. The Angels score 3, and after 3, they lead 4-0.
Biker kick-starts Matt's desire.
I just met the most phenomenal woman.
On the next Baywatch.
Saturday at 8 on Paramount 20.
Right now, Chase is sending...
I tell you, I go to Roy's, I feel young again. What, they got the soda fountain of youth? Oh.
Now at Roy's, get a 32-ounce drink, large fries, or strawberry shortcake, just 99 cents each.
For these old-fashioned prices, makes me feel like a young buck.
Hi, handsome. Remember what you promised?
Roy's 99-cent value lineup.
Thanks, Grandpa.
Why don't you have it? There you get a good look at the Orioles vice president, Frank Robinson, and his lovely wife, Barbara. And on Barbara's right is Roland Heeman's daughter, Susie. She's usually working up here in the booth with us, AD. There's Roland Heeman. Yeah, right there. Didn't see Roland.
The gang's all here.
The gang's all here is right.
Now all they need is some runs. Mike Devereaux takes a swing and a miss. Angels on top, 4-0. Angels 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors. The Orioles no runs, 3 hits and no errors. Julio Valera sat for quite a while, but I don't think a pitcher minds, Brooks, right? If you put 3 more runs on the board for him.
Well, we saw in New York the other night, we had a long inning. Sutcliffe sitting on the bench, and I read in the paper the next day where he said he after the long layoff before going back out there that he gave up a home run too. He just said, I should have loosened up a little more. And
of course, he's a rather elderly pitcher too. Julio Valera, much younger man than Rick. Hope he's not listening.
I'm not saying anything, Scotty.
He's a big man, right? Just kidding, Sut. 1-2 the count to Devo. And he got him swinging. Like a little jump shot.
That sinking fastball we talked about. It goes down and in and right by Devereaux for the first out.
There's Jimmy Reese, 91 years young. They list their opening day age in the press guide. Jimmy is 91. As Brooks mentioned, he was a roommate with Babe Ruth back with the Yankees. Spends his spare time making picture frames.
Having a chat with Mark Langston.
Gomez, Curtis coming hard, and he makes the grab. Boy, this is a night Chad Curtis is going to remember. Stolen bases, home runs, diving catches. He's doing the whole ball of wax.
Well, this is a looping fly ball to center field. Gomez didn't really drill it. Here you see what a play by Chad Curtis. About the only way he could get there. He ends up backhanding the ball. We'll take a look at it. Right in the web. I'll tell you, that's as close as you'll get. But he comes up with it. He had a long way to run, too.
Yes, he did. But you got to like the way he plays the game, head first. So Chris Hoyles will try to get something going with 2 down and nobody on. Chris 0 for 1, bounced to third in the second inning. On the Maryland National Bank scoreboard, Oakland on top 2-1 in the 7th inning. The Tigers lead Seattle 2-0 in the 4th. The Mariners activated Chris Bosio today. Trying to get one upstairs and help them out. 1-2. Center field, Curtis right there. And it's a 1-2-3 inning as Valera sets down the Orioles in the 4th.